Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto episode 64. What happened last time?
Last episode was sort of a plot development episode. We got a wrap-up to Neji's family history backstory. Turns out that his dad actually sacrificed himself on purpose. That was his choice. The Hokage was about to disqualify Sasuke, but the Kazekage was like, well, everyone's here for that fight.
Including me.
Including me. I'm only here for that fight. So then the Hokage was like, alright, I guess we'll postpone the fight. And then Kankuro was like, well, I'm out of here now. And then Temari was like, haha, I'll fight, and then just sailed in. And that's where we are, yeah.
Very poor time to choose to eat a Skittle.
And make sure you follow us on our Instagram at Boldcast Media. Subscribe to our backup channel at it's called Boldcast Backup. It's linked in the description. We have a Teespring that's also linked. We have a Patreon. You can get exclusive stuff.
Patreon.com/Boldcast.
Yeah, Patreon.com/Boldcast. We've got early reactions. We've got exclusive reactions. We've got polls. We've got, I don't know, a bunch of stuff. You can go check out the tiers in the link down below. We're trying to get back in the habit of saying this. Carson has seen Naruto before, and also our reactions are not a substitute for just watching Naruto. I mean, most of you, I'm sure, have already watched Naruto before, but if you haven't, you should be watching Naruto on a legal service like that. It's on Netflix, it's on Crunchyroll, it's on it's on most streaming things, I'm pretty sure. I think it's also on Prime Video. It's on a lot of stuff. Yeah. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay. Let's get into this episode of Naruto.
Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you check out our previous Naruto reactions. I hope you like the video and subscribe. It really helps us out when you guys like and comment on our videos. Thank you guys for sticking with us this far in Naruto. We're just gonna go right into this reaction. Let's go. Oh yeah, he got pushed out. I forgot. The art seems to be stepped up from last episode. Last episode was another one of like the wonky ones.
But it was alright because there wasn't really much going on.
Yeah. This one, at least the character models seem to be like, you know, yeah. Shikamaru looks like Shikamaru. Everyone's pissed off because they wanted to see Sasuke.
Just the warm-up for the main event. All they care about is watching Sasuke. The jerks. Why not myself out for them?
What is it? You planning on giving up too?
And to top it off, my opponent's a girl.
Well, he never was very driven, but this?
Everyone looks really good in this episode.
Get it together, Shikamaru! You're gonna get going sometime this year?
I forgot. This girl's a spunky one. I hate spunky.
Shouldn't she be disqualified for
yeah.
that? She attacked, like, before the match started.
It really doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me.
Does he shoot those into the wall and then jump on top of them?
But I guess maybe I shouldn't let myself get beaten by a female. So, let's do it.
The match still has not started yet.
What if that was his strategy to win? Antagonize her into fighting him? Just so he wins by disqualification?
Yeah. That would have been actually really cool. That would have been awesome.
So why do I always have to fight girls? It sucks, man.
Take that bitch down!
I thought Sasuke's match was supposed to be next.
I'm sure Sasuke's fine. He'll be here any minute now.
Yeah, because everyone thinks that Gaara fucking killed him.
I think her puppy died or something.
Or I guess she doesn't.
Sometimes I wish I was a cloud. Just floating along. Going wherever the breeze.
The soundtrack for these last two episodes is just...
I'm just not into putting effort into stuff. The only reason I became a ninja was so I could do whatever I wanted. be so much work.
Get your button here! Ninja art! One-side jutsu!
Kills the audience.
This is how she beat me. Our fight. Nothing I threw at her.
Oh yeah, your fight.
Who are you?
Dumbass.
You don't hear R2D2?
Now I get it.
Is it only a certain distance?
Aren't you clever? And now I know just where that limit is. Even using the wall shadow, his jutsu can only reach to here.
Has the match actually started yet?
Thanks anyway. This match is as good as over.
I mean, that's what they say about every match. Everyone.
Or not.
Gonna do something different.
What's that? A hand sign?
No, he's not making a hand sign.
What does it mean?
He's working on a strategy.
Well, that's fine, but this is a real fight. Not some game of shogi.
Strategy on a game mode is no different
Do you know what
from
shogi is?
strategy on the field of battle, and all great generals know that. Shikamaru's got the mind of a great general.
Don't forget,
Is it kinda
I
like
saw the
chess?
test scores
It's
when we grouped the
Basically
games.
exactly chess,
This
but
was
with a
no
couple
better than
extra
Naruto.
pieces.
Maybe worse.
He says the act of putting pencil to paper is a drag. It's too much work for him. He'd rather take a nap than a written exam.
You would, huh?
What a drag.
I didn't say he wasn't lazy, but he was so good at strategy games I had him take an IQ test. Of course, I had to deceive him into thinking it was just another gang.
What happened?
As I suspected, his score was almost off the charts. Beyond genius. The kid has an IQ of over 200.
200?
It's like ungodly level. Genius, I think, is considered like 150
He's done thinking.
as far as IQ tests are concerned, obviously.
Gonna redraw her line.
Fucking OP, but I don't get why it's not hurting him. It's like cutting trees.
It's gonna redraw the line, right? Or just wait long enough so that the sun moves. And the shadow is, like, closer.
We're just listening to Choji chomping away.
Come out, coward! Forget it. As long as I stay on this side of the line, he can't touch me. It's still coming. You were killing time, waiting for the sun to get lower. And the
You guessed
shadow
it.
of that wall to get longer. Under the shadows, the farther your range is, right?
Again, is this another new track?
Damn, he almost got her.
How's Shikamaru gonna use his shadow
She's gonna
anyway?
just draw another
What's he
line,
gonna
and it's
do?
gonna go and go and go, and then he's just gonna run around to the other
That's
side.
Tamare! Over your head!
That's cheating!
What is that?
That has to be cheating.
Oh no!
Oh.
That's so fucking smart. He's got his headband, improvised little parachute. Why don't you just blow away the fucking thing
Yeah.
with the wind?
Woo. Yeah, that's pretty bullshit that Konkuro was able to just warn her like that.
The longer
Not even like in like a fight where they're like, yeah, let's go. It's like, look, right there.
Needed to
That'd be so dumb, because the fan is there, but you have the fan.
Yeah.
He'd know it was a clone instantly.
Clone jutsu? What?
The shadow from her fan.
It took a while, but my shadow possession finally worked.
No. How could he have caught me with
Or
his
did he get her from behind? Did he go like all the way around?
Look behind you.
Oh.
I'll let you.
Ooh.
Super fucking big brain move. 300 IQ, 200 IQ.
Oh, it went in the hole and thanks, Naruto.
Yeah, exactly.
Naruto popped out of the ground and not mentioned for a loop.
But it's not technically cheating.
No.
It's just a benefit of going second that there are changes to the arena.
Two are connected.
Behind the line, she thinks is the limit of his shadow attack.
We love a recap of what we just saw.
Yeah.
Starting
He did it! He pulled off an upset! You got her! Way to go!
Can we stop at this?
The hell with it. I give up.
Huh?
After all that. He's not like Ino, he can't like force them to give up.
What?
I mean, you could just knock her out.
He can't. Whatever he does, she does.
Mm.
It would just need more work. This guy is something else.
This kid.
This kid. Alrighty. What'd you think of that one? What do you think of how that ended?
He's straight up just
Forfeit.
I mean, it was kind of smart if he couldn't beat her anyway, but
There's no way his body just wasn't up to speed with his mind. Like he could, he figured out how to do it, but he physically couldn't go longer than that. So it's kind of pointless. So rather than just like getting the shit beat out of him, he's just like, you know what? Whatever. I don't even care. What?
That's just weird. I kind of like it. It's kind of funny. I love how Choji was just sitting there the whole time eating, and he's like, I told you he'd give up. Eating. Yeah, and that was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, now the fight's over.
And now it's over. It was a 1 episode fight.
Yeah.
If they had dragged that out, it would have been pure trash. But they gave us just like one episode of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
Really
pretty good.
admirable. Because, again, it's not even the main event. And we learned some more about Shikamaru. He's super fucking smart.
He has a over 200 IQ.
Never lost at shogi. Which, yeah, I think is... I'm not sure about how it differs from chess, but I think it's pretty much chess. But, like, with some extra pieces. And some different rules.
So, yeah, he just doesn't want to do... Like, if he doesn't have the stamina to do very much. And he won't push himself.
And that was foreshadowed. Well, he did. He tried. Like, in training, I don't know if you remember when, like, I just realized this because I was editing. But throughout, like, Naruto's training arc, it would, like, cut back and forth between, like, Shikamaru and Choji training. Of course, Ino was manning the fucking flower shop because she didn't get in. But Choji was training still, even though he didn't get in it either. But, there was a specific scene where Shikamaru had to, like, was trying to dodge Choji, like, rolling at him or, like, use his chakra. Yeah. And then he was like, he's like, oh, I'm out of chakra. And then he dives and, like, gets fucking hit or something. Or, like, they're going to barbecue and he's, like, destroyed. And Choji's, like, eating up a storm. So they foreshadowed it a lot that, like, he doesn't have a whole lot of chakra. But then, yeah. There you go. It didn't come out of nowhere is all I'm saying.
Oh, I wasn't saying that.
I know you weren't. I know you weren't. It's just, I guess it's just interesting. But yeah, so I always think that like parachute technique,
That's
like
really
when you
cool.
ties the kunai, because that's cool. Because like kunai aren't they aren't just like just weapons. Like they can be used as knives, but the whole idea is that they're tools for like whatever, climbing a wall or tying shit, like, you know, they're multi-purpose
Yeah, he used
things.
them as, like, a stand, so that, like, he, like, flicked them into the wall.
Yeah.
And then jumped on them. And then used it to help with the parachute.
Mm-hmm.
That parachute was pretty cool as well. Though I don't know why she didn't just knock it out of the air.
Yeah, she could have just blew it out of the air, or blew it towards him or something, like...
Yeah. So...
I guess she was, like, too worried about... It was slowed down, too, you have to remember. So, like, she was jumping away. She didn't really have time to, like...
Yeah.
As soon as she saw it, she like, looked down, and she was immediately like, oh, fuck, and then jumped away.
Yeah.
But it's so slowed down, and, like, it's all anime time, so it's hard to be, like... Yeah. Yeah. There's not really much else in that one. Fight happened. Fight's out of the way. What's gonna happen next? Do you think?
Oh, well, I was just gonna talk about like
Oh, sure.
Well, actually, it's funny because I said if she lost, it would be because she wanted to lose, and
Lose the opposite.
she didn't. Well, she wanted to win though, and she did win. So like, you know what I mean?
But like, if Shikamaru lost because he didn't care to win, basically, it's like you thought that like, oh, Tamari, if she loses, is because she'll like forfeit or doesn't want to lose or something.
Mm-hmm.
When really it happened with Shikamaru in a different way than what you were saying.
Well, it was kind of. I guess for him it was he only lost because he wanted to. Well, he didn't want to lose, but he chose that. But what I was saying is that Tamari would win unless it's part of her plan to not win. Mm-hmm. So, since it wasn't part of her plan, she did in fact win, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, but that thing about, like, who can become a Chunin, whether you win or not, I wonder if they would put him through, not because he's such a good fighter, but because he would be a real asset in terms of, like, strategy. And he would be really great to be in charge of a team of people who are really good at fighting, who would listen to what he said. Like, if they were like, all right, we're going on this mission, we need to get in here, do this, and then get out. If he was in charge of, like, planning that, and then sent other people to go do it, or he, like, went to help, but wasn't
Only
a main
offered support,
fighting force, then I feel like that would be, like, that's a really good skill to have.
He has a lot of potential.
It seems like not a lot of people have that. Like, when you think about Naruto, and even Sasuke, and, like, like, anyone who's, like, super powerful. I mean, Naruto and Sasuke did sort of pull off that, what was it, the wind shuriken trick?
The demon wind shuriken.
Yeah, demon wind shuriken. They did pull off that, but it wasn't, like, planned out in advance. They just sort of, like...
It was good teamwork.
It was good teamwork, and they did it on the fly, and they made it work.
Yeah.
But Shikamaru would maybe be able to even think of that, like, way in advance, and, like, put people in a position for that to happen.
Yeah, to set up things in advance.
Naruto and Sasuke do things as, like, a reaction. They're like, oh, he did this, now I can do that. Instead of, like, oh, I'm gonna make him do this, so then I can do this other thing.
Yeah.
It's sort of different than pretty much any other character. Most characters are like, oh, he does this, so I'll do this. Where Shikamaru's like, I'm gonna lay out all these things so that she thinks she's doing what she wants. When really...
I'm just leading her down to
I'm just doing what I want.
And that's the mark of a good strategist. It's not just thinking about what you're going to do next and how far you can plan your actions. It's influencing the whole environment and, like, setting the rules of engagement, like, making them play by your rules, you know. It's not just worrying about what you're going to do, it's worrying about what they're going to do and how you can influence that. That's the mark of a good strategist, and he's clearly got that under control, for sure.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to see him, like, lead his own team or, you know... But the problem is, like, I don't know if he'd fucking want that. He clearly doesn't give a fuck.
He maybe wouldn't want that. I guess that's the other thing. But if he could want that, then he would be a real asset. So I don't know whether he'll become a Chunin or not, because they would obviously want that, but he doesn't have a very good motivation to actually do anything. So then maybe they wouldn't want, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, what he has is really great, but he's in his hands, it's not really any good.
Mhm.
Unless we trick him, unless we're like, all right, we're playing this new game where we're doing this, to do it how you would do it, and then they just record everything, and they're like, all right, guys, this is the plan. To someone else. Like, you
try and trick him into it that it's a game like Asuma did with
we're
the
playing
IQ test.
D&D here, and now you need to see.
You need to storm this enemy stronghold. There are probably people positioned here and here and here. Just out of curiosity, what would your plan be, Shikamaru, in a situation like this? There are also hostages and a document that needs to be retrieved. He's like, well, obviously, this is such a drag. Obviously, you'd burn the whole place down and send a couple, or whatever you would say.
Yeah. It's funny, but they would have to really fight and, like, do a lot of extra work for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I guess Tamari really wanted to win, so we're potentially going to get to see her fight again. One thing that I'm not sure about is if they're going to even move on to the next stage of fighting, like her and Shino.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're going to do that before Sasuke shows up, or whether next episode Sasuke is actually going to show up. And we're going to get the ball rolling. Which do you think is going to happen? It's hard to say. I think Sasuke might not show up yet. I think they might be like, but it's hard. That's a really hard thing to say because that would be upsetting the way the like thing was laid out so much. Because
what?
If they're on like the fight number one.
But if what happened?
If Sasuke didn't show up, but they still were planning to do it later.
Okay.
And then you're already up onto fight 2 with Tamari and Shino.
And then it's just like, well, what the fuck? I get no rest? I just have to fight immediately?
They already know the final winner of, like, who's going to be in the final match on that side, but Sasuke and Gaara still haven't fought, so, like...
Well, it's just unfair to, like, Tamari, who just fought that fight against Shino, who fought against the guy who didn't even fight.
Again.
Like,
yeah, it's kind of crappy.
Yeah, because theoretically, all that shit should have happened, and then you should have got, like, a break to recuperate for, like, at least a couple minutes, or, like, a couple hours,
But at the same time, I feel like it's a bit soon to, like, launch into the crazy fighting thing, unless it's gonna be Gaara is gonna purposefully lose or something. So then Sasuke can go on, and then they're like, oh, the Sand Village is nothing to fear, even their number one competitor is not stronger than us.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, they attack? I'm not entirely sure. Because it seems like once Sasuke shows up and that fight starts, the whole, we're gonna kill the Leaf Village now, starts at the same time as that fight, you know what I mean? Maybe he'll show up. Yeah, actually, I think he'll show up.
So you think Sasuke's gonna show up next
episode?
episode?
I was thinking he wasn't, but I think it would just throw everything off too much, and it would get really weird. Like, the Hokage would be like, well, I mean, are we gonna disqualify, like, what is going on here? I mean, are we gonna wait till, like, the fight is pretty much over, and then just have them fight?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Are we gonna wrap it up, find out who's the number one, but then also later have this Sasuke fight? Like, I don't know. It would just be really weird. So I think he's gonna show up, or else it's gonna get too weird.
So you think Sasuke's gonna show up?
I think Sasuke's gonna show up.
Hope you guys stick around to find out if Lindsay was correct. Obviously, you already know, and I already know, so I can't say anything. And neither can you. But we hope you stick around to see our reaction to the next episode of Naruto. Hope you like this video. Hope you comment. We're back to reading comments and everything now that we're back. We took a little bit of a break. I guess people are seeing this way later. But unless you're on Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast, you get to see these a week before they come out on YouTube. And a bunch of other exclusive content. Go check that out. Also check out our backup channel, our Instagram, our Teespring for merch, designed by Lindsay. But more of that, we hope you enjoyed the video, and we hope you check out the next one when it comes out. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council, Zenge,
John Ortega,
Rising 80,
Catherine,
Iwan Polgar,
Nicholas Teo,
Lewis,
Yeet,
Gentleman,
Christian Bay,
Mozart Waddle,
Kage Uzumaki,
Xavier Rhodes,
Nelson Barbosa,
Chow Lao.
Brian.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.